after my wife gave birth to the baby. A face full of sagging skin. I don't think I can love again anymore. My wife's name is Su Yitzi. We've been together for 8 years. We've been married for 4 years. She was absolutely beautiful back then. Stars in my eyes. 2 dimples appear when smiling. Skin that's fair and glowing. Even when she's angry, she still looks adorable. I always sneak a peek at her while she's asleep. I wondered where I got such good fortune from. After the daughter was born, everything has changed. She gained 40 pounds. The once pointed chin has become double-layered now. The flesh on the waist is loose and flabby. She breastfed her for 10 months. The body felt as though it had been emptied out. Once, I accidentally caught her changing clothes. Just took a quick look. I can't really describe how I feel. Since then, she doesn't like looking at herself in the mirror anymore. No photos, no shopping. It's not that I don't want to. He couldn't stand it anymore himself. Our sexual life is incredibly scarce. No more than 5 times per year. Every time he says he's tired, saying I have no mood. I know he didn't mean to say that. He's really not feeling well. It's true that I have no confidence in myself. But I'm a normal man. I have a need, have desires. Every day when I get home, facing a woman who's always sighing and complaining, and a child who keeps crying non-stop. My patience is wearing thin by the day. I've thought about it more than once. Is this just how my life will be? I'm only 31 years old. Do we have to live like this for the next 40 or 50 years? Then Lin Shi appeared. He is the contact person for the company's new project partners. 26-year-old single, long hair and a really slim waist. She has 2 dimples when she smiles. The most important thing is, there was a spark in his eyes as he looked at me. I'm too familiar with that kind of light. My wife looked at me the same way back then. I just don't know when it started. My wife's eyes now show only exhaustion and complaints. Lin Shi and I added each other on WeChat for work purposes. At first, we only talked about work. Later, we gradually talked about life. Talking about hobbies. Talking about each other's pasts. He's really good at chatting. It never makes me feel awkward or stressed. He praised my strong professional skills. Praising me for being responsible. Praised me as a charming person. Do you know what this feeling is? It's like a person who's almost dying of thirst suddenly gets to drink water. I know this water might not be clean, but I'm too thirsty. Can't worry about all that right now. First time crossing the boundary. It was 2 months after we met. That day, we went on a business trip to the city next door together. After the meeting during the day, had a meal at night, drank quite a lot of alcohol. On the way back to the hotel, he suddenly grabbed my hand and said, "Brother Joe, have you ever thought about it? What would have happened if I'd met you a few years earlier?" I didn't answer, but I didn't pull my hand away from his. In the hotel hallway, we kissed. That night, I turned off my phone. What happened later? I don't want to remember anymore. The moment I pushed open the door to the room, for a moment I hesitated. The image of my wife flashed through my mind. But it was only for a moment. Once a person crosses that line, it can't be controlled anymore. The days that followed, I maintained that kind of relationship with Lin Shi. Meet once or twice a week. Sometimes it's the hotel. Sometimes it's his family's place. I've led a life with 2 faces. In the company, he's the good guy with strong professional skills. In front of Lin Shi, it's that gentle and considerate lover. When I get home, I once again play the role of husband and father. I started to feel inexplicably good toward my wife. Buy her flowers. Take the initiative to take care of the child. Cooking at home on the weekend. My wife asked if I had done something wrong. I said no. I just want to be better to you and our daughter. She said, "Are you just tired of seeing me lately? You're breaking my heart." I said I smiled at her. That was the happiest she's ever laughed during that time. My sense of guilt reached its peak in that smile. But what's ridiculous is that sense of guilt. It didn't make me stop at all. He just wants me to be better to my wife. At the same time, became even more obsessed with Lin Shi. You can't hide the truth with paper. One night, my wife is using my phone to look up things. I saw a bank transfer record. I transferred 20,000 yuan to Lam Shaoxi. The note says it's for you. My wife didn't lose her temper on the spot. He took a screenshot of that record, then put the phone back in its original place. The next night, after my daughter fell asleep, he put the screenshot in front of me. The voice is calm. Go ahead and speak. Who is this? I froze completely. I tried to lie by saying it was a colleague who needed money for temporary use. My wife said a colleague transferred 20,000 yuan to her. The notes are for you. Jody, do you think I'm an idiot? As he spoke on, the voice started to tremble. Tears fell down, but the eyes were wide open. I'll never forget that expression in my entire life. He asked me one last question. Have you touched her? Is it? I didn't answer. Silence is the best answer. My wife dropped her phone on the floor, crouched down with knees hugged, crying out loud, crying like a child. The whole body is trembling. I want to hug him. He pushed me away, said something I'll never forget to this day. Don't touch me. Next up is hell mode. My wife simply filed for divorce. The daughter belongs to him. The house was sold and the proceeds were divided equally. Give me the car. He's even found a lawyer already. The terms are clearly listed. I knelt on the ground, crying and begging him that I didn't want to leave. I broke off relations with him. Can you forgive me this time? My wife's gaze is as cold as ice. Joe, when you were with that woman, have you thought about me and our daughter? When you were in his bed, have you ever thought about how I wait for you to come home every night? I can't say a single word. Later, my mother-in-law came from her hometown, persuaded for 3 days not to forgive me. It's just that I feel sorry for my granddaughter. I don't want her to grow up without a complete family. In the end, my wife agreed not to get a divorce. But we need to agree on 3 rules. First, I can check all my bank cards and payment records at any time. Second, my phone's location service must always be turned on. Third, I can never touch him again. I can accept the first 2. But when he said that sentence in the third point, the sound is extremely soft. It's as if he's talking about something that has nothing to do with him. I don't love you anymore. Joe, I'm staying in this house for now. I just don't want my daughter to grow up without a father. But don't expect me to treat you as I used to. Can't go back anymore. I thought the hardest part would be getting him to forgive me. I only found out later. The hardest part is living in days when he doesn't love me. My current wife treats me politely, like I'm just a roommate. Prepare breakfast in the morning and place it on the table. But they won't wake me up anymore. He washed and folded my clothes and put them in the closet. But it won't be like before, where you coquetted with me and made me try it on. I got back late from working overtime tonight. The lights in the living room are still on. But he and his daughter have already gone to bed. He doesn't check my phone anymore. It's not because he trusts me. It's because he no longer cares. Once I drank alcohol. I couldn't help but ask his wife, "What should I do?" Only then can you return to how you were before. He didn't even look at me. Said something I'll never forget in my life. Joe, that you pushed me away with your own hands. Now they complain that I'm standing too far away. The wife from back then died on the night you cheated on me. I've not tried my best. I canceled all my social engagements. Go home on time every day to take care of the kids. I took my wife to buy clothes. She said she didn't need it. I booked a restaurant for our anniversary. He said he had plans that day. I tried to take his hand. He quietly took it away without anyone noticing. The most heart-wrenching experience was when we attended a friend's wedding. A friend asked the couple to come on stage to play a game. My wife said it's not necessary. We won't participate. On the return trip in the car, I asked him why he wouldn't give face to the situation. He said I didn't want to fake it on stage. The moment of pretending to be affectionate. I finally understand now. Wife, please forgive me. It's never been because they're reluctant to part with me. He just can't bear to part with his daughter. Can't bear to part with these 8 years. He would do anything for his daughter. Keep living under the same roof as me. Keep calling me husband in front of my mom. But he won't love me anymore. 2 weeks ago, my daughter drew a picture at kindergarten. It depicts our family of 3. It's crookedly written there, I love mom and dad the most. The daughter holds the painting in her hands. Let's both kiss her. Honey kissed my left cheek. I kissed the right side. My daughter was extremely happy. My wife's and my gaze bumped into each other through their daughter's face. In that instant, I saw it in her eyes, saw something that was quite complicated. Neither love nor hate. It's more like saying, look at this. We could have done things much better. I never saw Lin Shi again after that. I heard he went to another city, changed jobs. The 20,000 yuan I gave him, he later withdrew. Attaches a message saying, I'm sorry. It's not your fault.
It's mine.
I transferred this money to my wife. He simply said, I don't want dirty money. Then I went to work by myself. These 4 words hurt me deeply. But there's nothing else to say.
He's right.
That was indeed dirty money. Just like this relationship. Can't be cleaned anymore. Written so much already. I'm not trying to make excuses for myself. I just want to tell those who are in marriages, people who can't stay still, people who are restless. Don't think that the worst consequence of infidelity is just divorce. Divorce can sometimes be a form of liberation. The cruelest outcome is that you've come back. The home is still there, but he doesn't love you anymore. I once had a woman whose eyes were filled with love for me. But I lost her. This woman now. Known for 5 days. He gave me a Maybach. In the end, I lost both my money and my person.
In deep debt.
Even helped him earn 30,000 yuan on top of that. I cried myself to tears because of my own stupidity. Let me talk about myself first. I've only been in this business for a few years, lacking any social experience at all. I always feel like Cinderella's story will eventually happen to me too. That night, I went to a bar with my sister, having a great time drinking. A tall, burly man walked over, holding a drink in his hand. The face was completely red, reeking of alcohol. Not very attractive at all. You wouldn't even give them a second glance among a crowd of people. He thrust his hand in front of me and said, "You're really pretty. Add me on WeChat, please." I thought, well, why not just add it? Anyway, it was deleted the next day. By the next day, I had completely forgotten about it. He just lies there in my contacts list. I can barely remember that this person even exists. The turning point happened on a rainy day. It rained heavily that day. It seems like the sky has leaked. I waited for a taxi for half an hour downstairs from the company. No one answered the phone. Got caught in the rain alone. Annoying and frustrated. Posted something on my social feed and forgot to bring an umbrella. Can't even get a ride at all. After a while, That guy from the bar left a message below. You're so beautiful. Didn't anyone give you a car either? I get angry as soon as I see it. If you reply back like that, do you give cars to everyone you date? He said if you're with me, I definitely will buy it for you. I laughed right then. I've seen too many men who make empty promises like this. I said, then transfer the money to me. I'll buy it myself.
He said he only likes giving gifts.
Don't like making transfers. Said they'd take me to see cars too. I thought to myself, if you're going to pretend, then keep pretending. I'm waiting to see you get embarrassed. After 3 or 4 days, he really came to pick me up. Visited a really big used car market. As soon as they entered, several people called out to the second brother. The stance is quite intimidating. He waved his hand broadly. Let me pick whatever I want. I pointed randomly. A Mercedes-Benz. He didn't even blink. If you like it, then take this one. I don't believe it at all. Meeting once every 5 days since we met really earned me a car. He came over and said, I bought you a car. You're my girlfriend now. Before I could finish speaking in jargon, his phone rang. After the call, it turns out it was a coincidence. My relative works at a bank. A few indicators are missing. Just happened we're looking at cars right now. Do me a favor. Take out a loan in your name. I'll pay the down payment. Give me an empty card. I'll make monthly payments from now on. I felt a chill when I heard about the loan. But he explained that this would help his relatives complete the task. This seems like a win-win solution. I acted on a whim at the time. Actually, she even thought of him. Is he afraid that I'll buy the car in full and run off with someone else? Be careful when taking out loans intentionally. Anyway, he'll pay the down payment. Even if he doesn't pay it back later, I'm okay too. At least I get the down payment for free. You see, once people develop greed, just deceive oneself instead. It's clearly a trap. I still think it's a step. Jumping down with joy and excitement. Then I followed him through the process. Acted like an idiot the whole time. He tells me where to sign, and I sign there. He said to use face scanning, so I used it. What does the contract look like? I didn't read a single word. I'm a complete novice. I can't understand those things either. He chatted and laughed with the people at the car dealership. I actually feel quite relieved about it. After finishing, he took one of my empty cards. Say monthly repayments. It's almost dark. He said he couldn't pick up the car today. Tomorrow at noon. Then he wanted to take me to his place for dinner. I don't want to. He didn't force anything either. He safely took me home. It's just not about forcing things. It only makes me trust him even more. The most cunning aspect of scammers. It's just that he seems pretty reliable to you. The next day, he called and said he had something urgent to take care of. Let me pick up the car myself. The moment I got the keys in my hands, the heart beats loudly. I'll ask a friend to drive me back. When I got home, I felt completely exhausted. I took a dozen photos around the car. Shared a 9-grid post on Moments. It's all wow down there. Envy me for replying to each one of them individually. The corners of my mouth never dropped at all. That night, I lay in bed, tossing and turning, lost in thought. God has finally opened his eyes. Finally, it's my turn. He also saw it. Sent a message in the evening saying to pick me up for a social event. I figured I finally got the car now. If you want to go, then go ahead. After paying, I drank quite a bit. He took me home. I didn't go outside for 8 days during this trip. The next morning, I got up and said I needed to go to work. His expression immediately turned ugly. I've spent so much money on you. Can't you take a few days off to be with me? Hearing that so much money was spent, my heart softened. Someone bought me a car. I can't just turn around and ignore people like that. I took leave and ended up taking 8 days off in total. During those 8 days, I'm either eating or in bed. I wonder if he took some medication. Almost drove me crazy. In the end, ultimately, my legs are trembling as I walk. I really can't take it anymore. They said if I don't go to work anymore, I'll be fired. He only let me go then. The day I left, sitting in a taxi, my heart feels empty. Something just doesn't seem right. Can't say it again. Starting from the day I started working, his attitude changed. Previously, my dear baby was called. It's really difficult to send messages now. All just you, I know. But I'm not angry at all. For the sake of that car's sake. Why should I be angry? I was still foolishly thinking like that. He might be in a bad mood. Gradually, they stopped talking much. We don't even meet anymore. But I need to find him. He never transferred any money to my card at all. The repayment date is approaching. I was so anxious that blisters formed on my lips. Send him a message to pay off the loan. After sending it, they never replied to me again. The phone is turned off when called. Sending messages is not available in this service area. Actually, I blocked them long ago. But you know what's the most ridiculous part? It's already this late. I didn't even feel like I'd been tricked. I thought he was just fickle and always interested in new things. Don't want to pay the loans anymore. I guess I won't pay it then. I myself still. At least they paid the down payment for me. Look, I'm still trying to find excuses for him. But my salary is only a few thousand yuan per month. Apart from rent and food, there's hardly anything left at all. First month overdue. Borrow from a colleague. In the second month, I borrowed more from friends. I really couldn't hold on by the third month. I can't fall asleep, tossing and turning all the time. Thought I might as well just get rid of the car. Just sell it and call it a day. I drove to the used car market. Got a quote from a boss. The boss walked around the car to check it out. Crouched down to check the chassis. Open the hood. Stand up and pat the dust off your hands. The expression is really strange.
He said, "Girl,
Your car is involved in a major accident. A car that's been flooded is completely worthless. There's not even enough money to pay the loans." I was completely stunned at that moment. It's like someone poured a bucket of ice water over my head. So cold that it touches the solace of my feet. I didn't believe it, so I found another mechanic who knows cars. Someone has read the contract. There's no need to verify when it's obvious. It's clearly written in black and white there. Vehicles involved in major accidents. And you don't need to pay any down payment for this car. He didn't spend a single penny. The loan you took out is more expensive than this crappy car itself. Sign the contract. The car can just drive away. There's no need for any down payment at all. I stood there. The world is spinning upside down. I can't hear anything around me. There's only one thought racing through my mind. He didn't spend a single penny. Got something for free for 8 days. Left me in debt up to my neck. Also made money off me. I crouched in a corner of the used car market. Cried for 10 minutes. Tears kept streaming down uncontrollably. I hate my own ignorance and recklessness. I can't find him. Go to the car dealership. People say it's your signature on the contract. The car you've taken a liking to. It's useless to look for Uncle Hat. It really didn't help at all when I went there. It's all clearly stated in black and white in the contract. My signature and fingerprint. Later, I went to the bank to get a replacement card. Afraid he'll do something bad again. A transaction record was generated during the card replacement process. Almost died of anger. Buy a car with no down payment. The bank provided a subsidy of 30,000 yuan. It was transferred away by him on the very day it arrived in my account. 30,000 yuan. He didn't spend a single penny. Still made a profit of 30,000. I foolishly stayed with him for 8 days. At that moment, I felt like the stupidest person in the world. There's no one else like them. It's not unfair. It's not sadness. I really wish I could slap myself twice. That kind of hatred that lasts forever. The salary isn't enough to cover the expenses. Friends have lent me everything they had. Can only go home to my parents. Push open the door. My mom is picking vegetables in the kitchen. She turned around and looked at me. I was stunned for a moment. I told the story in bits and pieces, holding my head low, waiting to be scolded. My mom didn't scold me, just sighed. As long as the person is fine, that's all that matters. Kian's family will figure something out. After saying that, she turned around and continued to pick vegetables. The back bent slightly. That night, I cried all night hidden in my room. I'm not worried about spending money. I feel sorry for my parents. They lived frugally their entire lives. I'm too reluctant to replace them, even though I've worn them down to the solace. My mom couldn't even afford to buy plastic bags when she went to the supermarket.
And
Getting dizzy from a few kind words from someone outside. In one go, I ended up owing over 100,000. That night, I tossed and turned, thinking over and over again. Thinking about it gives me a headache. Later, I figured it out. I was too greedy. I'm just too vain. I just believed too much that pies would fall from the sky. I just hope that scoundrel gets his just desserts soon. But whether there's retribution or not, that's up to God. It's only by learning from my own mistakes that I truly understand. I'm not saying these things to make you feel sorry for me. I just want you to not be as stupid as I am. A man has known you for 5 days. I'll give you a car as a gift. You should have thought of that. There must be something wrong with that car. Either he has bigger problems. Your greed. Your vanity. In the end, it'll only cost you dearly. There's no such thing as good things that happen for no reason in this world. All the gifts have their prices marked secretly.